If you're in a position of authority, or if you have to lead within your organization, whether it's your department or the entire organization, you know for sure that you're going to experience and encounter a lot of resistance and conflict, whether you like it or not. No matter how good a leader you are, you're going to deal with things like criticism, you're going to deal with attacks, people that are actually going to try and distract from what it is that you're doing, you're going to have people that are actually going to ignore at different times throughout. This is all the environment, the landscape of leadership. Now, if you're a good leader, you'll pull people along with you. If you're a likable leader, you might pull people along to a certain point. What you will find, no matter what, at some stage you're going to encounter resistance. You are going to encounter conflict. And it's when you begin to look at what it is that's actually happening, very often it's not got to do with you, or it's not got to do even with your strategy. It's a good idea to look at the positioning of the individual in this context. And not just to look at the individual, but to look at the patterns that the individual is exhibiting, rather than looking at the content of the problem. When we approach it from a social psychological perspective, we often say that society is the individual writ large. When it comes to the corporation, the same thing is actually true. Very often, the patterns that come in to the workplace are not about you, they're about patterns or projections that have been developed in childhood. Very often people learn their social and their relationship skills in the family unit, say, for example. And depending on how healthy that is, that will determine how they arrive into the workplace and how they project their perceptions, their meanings on the entire environment. If you look right out throughout society, you'll see leadership is very valid to be attacked or criticized or devalued or distracted from. So it's a good idea to be able to focus in on what it is that are the patterns that are actually causing resistance or moving you off track. Very often it is not just what you're doing, but it is about the projections of the actors within the system. And if you're interested in doing that, we'd love to teach you exactly how to do that.